What's going on, guys? I'm Dobry, and this is Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth Rising Tide DLC. Oh boy, where do I start with this thing? Now, at first I actually quite liked Beyond Earth. I felt that the take on the unit design was actually really interesting, as it allowed for good customization, and they took generic units and made them more interesting with the affinities, and that's pretty much where it ended. I first made a positive Steam review on Beyond Earth, which I promptly tore down and turned it into a negative because as the game progressed, it just felt so weird and bland. It felt like an experience that I could get easily in Civilization 5, which I also own, of course, and it would be better. And I bought Beyond Earth at full price, which I sort of regret, but thanks to its DLC Rising Tide, I am back to playing it. With Beyond Earth, I played exactly 3 games. One of which was on Gemini difficulty, the other one was on Soyuz difficulty, and the third one was on the highest difficulty, the Apollo, and they felt subpar in comparison to Civ 5. I just felt like the developer is dumbing down the whole experience. And it really felt so weird because if I am to compare the difficulties, I would say that Apollo, which is supposed to be deity from Civilization Earth, it feels more like immortal or even maybe emperor. And the other difficulties also take a step back. I put myself in a Gemini game which is supposed to be emperor, and on emperor I do run into some trouble, but in this game it just felt like I was on a cruise. I was on a cruise to win. It never felt intense. It never felt any tougher. It felt like I was playing something like Prince in Civilization 5. But thank God, many things have changed in Rising Tide, and the only thing that I have to say to 2K is why in the holy hell did you not make this a part of the game? There are so many good things in Rising Tide. It just felt like. No, I'll make it quite blunt. I'll be quite blunt here. Civilization games and all those types of games we usually get piecemeal. We get the basic game, and then we get the DLC, and then we get more DLCs, and so on and so forth. But while with Civilization 5, this felt like a, how to put it, a 3-course meal, which was okay. You get something good, then you get something better, like to satiate yourself, and then you get a good dessert. This Civilization Beyond Earth, the main course felt like it was comprised of day-old bread and water, and to add insult to injury, someone forgot to put the salt and the pepper on the table. What the hell? But no worries. Rising Tide is here, and I will show you in one of my games just how more diverse it is. It just felt so good and so much more interesting. The way to put it, because the sponsors are no longer static. They no longer have a single bonus, some of which are better than the others, and others are like carbon copies of the first one, and so on and so forth. So let me just go into a single player game, and I will load one of my games. Let me just maybe use one of the auto saves, maybe someone earlier. So I'm playing in the ocean because since I grabbed the DLC on sale, in the summer sale here, it was actually pretty decent. It has to be said, it got me playing the game again, and I'm pleased. I'm really very pleased. And it felt good to be back to Civilization Beyond Earth because I'm a sucker for sci-fi games, and I really wanted this one to substitute Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, which I also have on a very old CD, which probably is so scratched I'll barely be able to install the game from it, but who cares? And I really enjoyed that game. It's awesome. So let me just. Okay, understood. No need to talk to me. Let's just take a look at what the game did well. First things first, the ocean is interesting. Finally, in the ocean there is stuff, and finally it is worth exploring it. Not only the parts that I have not uncovered, but also there are sea creatures. They are way more interesting than before, and it felt good. It felt really good. I was enjoying myself immensely as I was playing the game. And the most important change is very much this one. For example, there is a clear idea who's cooperating with you, who's angry with you, who has been eliminated, and everything is very concise. It's put in one screen. You can see that I went for Harmony because I had lots of Xenomass, and it made very little sense to go for anything else. This is still a factor of the game, okay? This is a setback, I agree. And the thing is, it is way more strict and concise. For example, you can see your affinity, you can see where you're standing. And it is so easy. Then, for example, you can check your personality traits, and this is something awesome. You can change, you mix and match your personality traits, and those are amazing. Like, for example, you have your character personality trait, which you can level up. You have your political, which I went for subtle because these guys are all about covert agents and so on and so forth. I went for domestic because you get extra health, and I didn't develop much, but I went for huge health just for fun, and it actually all of those things actually clicked. They were working together. For example, you can see how all of those perks, if I'm to put them like this, they actually work in unison, and you can mix and match them to your liking. And this was something that you never got to do. This is something that you never got to do in Beyond Earth. And then you have agreements. The more people like you, the better the bonus from a certain agreement. You do pay with diplomatic capital every turn, but once you have a lot of diplomatic capital, since, for example, look at me, 7,000 whatever, so you can actually afford it, and it's perfectly okay. And for example, colonist units cost 2000% more, but found cities immediately. I don't need to make an outpost. Culture for new virtues is reduced by 15%, which benefits me greatly because I play a culture game. 2 free trade routes from the capital. Trade road population thresholds reduced by 40%, or covert operations take 35% faster to complete. As you can see, I play a very covert game here, and it actually feels really good. And what's best, if something, let's say, happens, I can opt to say, maybe I shouldn't be using this health. For example, I have 117 health, why should I use a health? Click, and I can switch my personality traits with a matter of a click. For example, let's say I'm starving for food, so I can get my food yields. Let's say my production is subpar, I can go for production. Let's say that I want to go even deeper in culture. So I can, for example, increase my city culture yield by 15%. Or let's say I'm falling back in science, I can improve that. Or let's say I need energy because I have a huge army. There's that. And of course, we can do a defensive. Let's say someone way stronger is attacking me, so I can level it to 3, and then I'll have 15% more strength and rage strength when I'm fighting. Or or I can improve the yields from internal city routes, which being a Beyond Earth player, I'm very used to making internal city routes to the capital and out of the capital in order to grow my cities. I was just so used to that. Or let's say, look at this. 30% increased duration of orbital units. So for example, I can totally select, say, refined and confirm it. And now I can upgrade and upgrade, and I will have 15% more culture. Now the prices for those things do improve, but look at this culture per turn, come on. And I'm nowhere near capping it out. It's awesome. I lost measly 8 health for a huge increase in culture. And it feels good. All of this actually ties into the game really well, and with also the new artifact system you can find stuff from Old Earth, for example, and if I use this I will gain science and culture and so on and so forth. It actually expanded on Beyond Earth amazingly. I'm really pleased with it. I cannot imagine myself playing Beyond Earth without Rising Tide right now. Beyond Earth feels bland as a okay, I'm not going to use those words. Okay. Yeah, without this, this game would have stayed in the throes of mediocrity. Now, it has to be said, it's not only blue skies and roses and sweet kisses and so on and so forth. I won't be honeymouthing the game all the time. There are things that are actually still pretty terrible. For example, let's talk to someone. Hello, Duncan. Duncan. Hello. Why are you standing here looking like you swallowed something that... Oh, someone cast Stupefy on you or something like this. Okay, this is why you're not moving and you're not talking. Okay. I understand. Those things happen. Okay, you're forgiven. Go. Sure. You see? No personality. Absolutely no personality, and this is utter bullshit. Why in the holy hell did we not get something better in this aspect? Why the hell are we sitting here with our hands tied and we're looking at pictures? At least in Beyond Earth we were getting waved off with a single gesture, like get out of here. And this isn't present even here. No, it's absolutely appalling. Then there's that, and of course the second thing is why the hell all of those changes weren't a part of the game. But as I said, so many things have changed, and most of the changes are actually really cool. I really like that the tree is way more precise, and I know that if I research those decks, I will get bonuses to Harmony Affinity, and if I go and research something like this, I will get bonus to Purity and so on and so forth. This allows for mixing and matching the affinities. So for example, if you don't like your everything that goes with say Harmony, you can match it with some Purity and get additional units that are better, and it's really cool. And the way that the tree is presented now, it feels way better. I cannot help but praise what they did here, which, in all fairness, was already done with a mod, but whatever. And of course, there are the quest decisions that haven't changed at all, which is also kind of negative. Need some water. Yeah. So, for example, you get something, you build something, and then suddenly you get boost to production from left plant, or boost the energy from left plants. Well, those can kind of adapt to your current situation. They still feel sort of bland, and that's pretty much my problem with those. But still, it's a welcome decision. And then of course you have your upgrades. So for example, we have a Xeno Titan. I can choose how to upgrade it, for example, through pure harmony or go harmony plus purity, and they will get decent bonuses, one of which is typical, the other will vary. Which is actually quite cool. I quite like this. I get to, for example, let's say I want to conquer someone. Then I will go for this upgrade to the Xenotitan because I will have way more attack power when I'm attacking a city, and it has to be said I'm pretty pleased with it. And everything else that made the game okay is there. It's exploration, it's an alien world, you have to deal with aliens or you can adopt them the way I did here. Yeah, I can thoroughly recommend this game. It's good. The DLC is good, however I would not buy it at the full price. I'd say anything from 50% and up will be awesome. I'd say that the whole game Beyond Earth plus Rising Titan must cost not more than 25 euros or let's say $30 or something like this, because with this you will double and triple your playtime, your money in playtime, which is always a good value. The multiplayer is still meh, but who cares? At least you will have everything that you wanted pretty much from the start when you started playing Beyond Earth, and you were most likely terribly disappointed. So this is my recommendation. I would strongly suggest that you buy Rising Tide and have fun with it. You will enjoy it way more than Beyond Earth. And this is it from me. I wish you a good day, guys. Take care, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye.